changes key. The piano said it softly to nobody and me. The man looks up from reading notes that changed light. The bass walked in below the changing, warm into the night. The counter catches lamplight, throws it on the wall. The trumpet said the evening thing about the light and all. No asking of the hour, no clock above the door, just the lamps coming on again, the same as once before. The bass walks through the lamplight, warm and round and slow. The piano keeps the golden going in the evening glow. A woman orders something warm, pulls her cardigan near. The clarinet comes winding through the lamplight, soft into the clear. Two men lean closer at their table, voices dropping low. The trumpet hums the evening, something about the amber glow. See the cafe turn to evening, lamp by lamp and warm. The bass walks on below the turning, far from any storm. No winter in the lamping, no summer left to name, just the lamps coming on again, the evening all the same. Chairs pull inward at the tables, cups go warm and round. The trumpet lifts one golden phrase above the evening sound. No story in the turning on, no moment to explain, just the lamps coming on again, and the evening and the pain. Something close to love. The trumpet fades above the counter, the glass stays golden near when the lamps come on. The best part of the day is here.
Rain came after 3 o'clock, without a word of warning. The piano knew it all along, since early in the morning. A man beside the window watched it cross the square. The bass walked in below the glass and settled somewhere there. Umbrellas open one by one along the narrow lane. The trumpet said the thing it says whenever there is rain. No hurry in the weather, no asking it to stop. The piano keeps its minor key beneath each falling drop. The bass walks somewhere darker now, lower than before. The trumpet hums a little sadness through the open door. A cup left on the counter, cold beside the wall. The piano finds a minor phrase that says it all. Someone reads without a lamp, the light already thin. The clarinet comes quietly and lets the rain back in. See the square go silver, every stone gone wet. The bass keeps walking underneath a morning it won't forget. No story in the raining, no reason to remain. Just the cafe after 3 o'clock and all that quiet rain. The trumpet doesn't say another word. The bass slows to a stop. The piano stays alone again beneath the final drop.
The waiter who remembers everything arrives before you ask. The trumpet said it had watched him at his easy daily task. A man sits at his usual place, the cup already there. The bass walked in below the knowing through the afternoon air. No menu passed across the table, no question from the floor. The piano played the comfortable thing about the knowing more. No asking in the sitting, no order left to place. Just the waiter who remembers every cup and face. The bass walks through the memory of it, warm and round and long. The trumpet hums the easy something of a well-remembered song. A woman comes in at the door, he nods before she speaks. The clarinet comes winding through the knowledge of the weeks. 2 cups arrive without a word, set in the right place. The piano keeps the warm thing going at a knowing pace. See the cafe fill around him, table afternoon. The bass walks on below the filling through the comfortable zone. No surprise inside the service, no stranger at the door. Just the waiter who remembers what you came here for. He refills without a glance down, walks on without a pause. The piano hums the comfortable rhythm of the afternoon laws. The clarinet wins through the tables, knowing every chair. The bass walks on below the service through the knowing air. A new face at the corner table, he studies it once through. The trumpet says by next week Thursday he will know that too. No story in the knowing, no moment to explain, just the waiter who remembers coming round again. The bass walks to the corner, the clarinet follows on. The trumpet fades above the tables into the afternoon gone. The piano holds the last warm knowing, the cups stay full and near. The waiter who remembers everything will still be here next year. Somebody put their hat on the wrong hook again. The trumpet noticed first, as it always had done then. A man hung up his coat, reached for what was his. The bass walked in below the reaching through the afternoon fizz. Two hats on the same hook, neither one complained. The piano came in easy after, warm and unexplained. No argument about it, no note left on the wall, just somebody's hat on the wrong hook, and the afternoon and all. The bass walks on below the hooks, patient, warm and near. The piano keeps the easy something of a comfortable year. A woman takes the wrong one first, tries it, puts it back. The clarinet comes winding through the error, down the easy track. The right owner finds his eventually, sets it on his head. The trumpet says the comfortable thing about the hooks instead. See the cafe carry on around the small mistake. The bass walks on below the carrying for nobody's sake. No story in the wrongness, no reason to correct, just somebody's hat on the wrong hook and the afternoon effect. The clarinet winds past the coat rack, easy, warm and round. The piano hums the kind of error where the comfort can be found. By the time the place empties out, all hats find their way. The bass walks on below the finding, through the end of day. No hurry in the sorting, no moment to explain, just somebody's hat on the wrong hook until the right one came. The trumpet says the last warm word about the small and mist. The piano holds the afternoon of everything on the list. The bass takes its last warm step
clarinet wins home. The hat on the wrong hook was never quite alone. It was the first warm Tuesday the city had all year. The bass walked in and said as much to anyone to hear. A man with his jacket open, sitting near the door. The piano played a lighter phrase than it had played before. Children in the square outside, a ball across the stone. The trumpet said good morning in a warmer tone. No coat upon the railing, no chill inside the air. Just the first warm Tuesday and the feeling everywhere. The bass walks lighter on its feet, something in its step. The piano keeps a brighter chord than all the ones it kept. A woman with a basket stops and looks around. The trumpet says the thing about the spring without making a sound. Bicycle wheels turning faster than last week. The clarinet comes in above it all, bright along the peak. See the square go golden, white and fresh and new. The bass keeps walking through the morning like it always knew. No shadow in the Tuesday, no gray left in the air. Just the first warm day of something settling everywhere. The piano finds the brightest phrase it had all winter long. The bass walks out into the sunshine, carrying the song. No story in the warming, no reason to assume. Just the first warm Tuesday opening like a bloom.
The light that comes through at 4 hits the counter just so. A trumpet had been watching it since the morning's early blow. The man lifts up his cup, and to the golden band the bass walked in below the lifting with a patient hand. The dust turns gold inside it, slow above the floor. The piano came in warm behind the golden neckskin, nothing more. No planning in the hitting, no clock above the world, just the light that comes through at 4, giving gold to all. The bass walks through the golden band, warm and round and stalled. The piano keeps the amber going in the afternoon glow. A woman turns her face to it, closes both her eyes. The clarinet comes winding through the golden like a warm surprise. Dust settles on the counter, gold against the wall. The trumpet says the afternoon thing about the light and good. See the cafe sit inside it, goes from wall to wall. The bass walks on below the golden, catching it all. No asking what it fades, no holding what it brings, just the light that comes through at 4, and all its golden things. The clarinet wins through the amber, tender, slow and near. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that only 4 can clear. The half-past 4 it shifts away, the counter back to wood. The bass walks on below the shifting, the way the bass understood. No stowing in the heading, no reason to explore, just the light that comes through at 4 and then comes back no more. The light that comes through at 4, a clarinet wins low. The light that comes through at 4.
The last light stays for spring, the way it never did before. The trumpet said it to the square, and the square said nothing more. A man still at his outside table, jagged on the chair. The bass walked in below the golden, soft into the air. The lamppost hadn't come on yet, the sky still holding blue. The piano came in warm behind the evening, carrying it through. No hurry in the staying out, No chill inside the lane, just the last light keeping longer for the spring again. The bass walks through the golden hour, every step still warm. The trumpet hums the evening something far from any storm. Folds her book at last, looks up at the sky. The clarinet comes winding softly with a warm goodbye. Children called home from the square, their voices light and thin. The piano keeps the golden going as the lamps begin. See the sky hold blue a moment longer than it should. The bass walks on below the blue, the way the evening would. No winter in the standing out, no memory of gray, just the last light staying longer at the end of a spring day. A bicycle light flickers on along the narrow lane. The bass walks on below the flickering, warm as afternoon rain. The piano hums the kind of evening only spring can give. The clarinet says what the long light means to everyone who lives. A coat collected from the railing, someone says goodnight. The trumpet lifts one final phrase into the fading light. No story in the staying late, no ending to pursue, just the last light staying longer and the spring the whole way through. The bass walks home below the lamplight, the claret winds above. The trumpet fades into the evening, full of something close to love. The piano holds the last blue moment before the dark comes through. The last light stays for spring, and spring stays too. The second cup nobody ordered arrived beside the first. The trumpet said it saw it coming before anyone had thirst. A man looked at it sideways, then looked at the waiter's back. The bass walked in below the looking, down the easy track. The waiter moved on without a word, another table turned. The piano came in warm beside the extra, for the thing it earned. No asking of the bringing, no note beside the cup, just the second cup nobody ordered, sitting full and up. The bass walks round the extra cup, patient, warm and slow. The piano keeps the curious going, letting morning go. He drank it anyway by noon, set it with the first. The planet came winding through the drinking of the unordered thirst. The bill came with just one cup on it, the waiter never said. The trumpet hums the comfortable something about the extra bread. See the cafe carry on around the small mistake. The bass walks on below the caring, for nobody's sake. No story in the extra, no reason to explain, just the second cup nobody ordered, coming round again. The clarinet wins through the amusement of the unrequested gift. The piano hums the kind of morning that a small mistake can lift. By afternoon he wonders if he should have said. The bass walks on below the wondering, through the warming thread. No asking of the waiter, no moment to pursue, just the second cup nobody ordered, and the morning coming through. The trumpet says the last warm word about the things we get. The piano holds the comfortable extra of a morning not quite yet. The bass takes its last warm step, the cups sit clean and clear. The second cup nobody ordered was exactly what was needed here. Windows open all the way for the first time since fall. The trumpet set it to the street and the street set it to all. A man leaned out above the lane, his coffee in his hand. The bass walked in below the morning like it had been planned. Curtains lifting wide and easy, reaching for the square. The piano came in bright behind them, filling up the air. No reason left to keep them shut, no chill inside the frame. Just the windows open all the way and the spring that finally came. The bass walks through the open rooms, light from wall to wall. The trumpet leads the morning forward down the open hall. A woman hangs the washing out above the narrow lane. The clarinet comes winding upward like a warm refrain. voices crossing window to window, easy in the heat. The piano keeps the bright thing going down the waking street. See the morning fill the rooms, now every corner lit. The bass walks on below, the brightness perfectly to fit. No winter in the curtains, no memory of cold. Just the windows open all the way and the morning bright and bold. The trumpet finds the highest phrase it had been saving long. The piano follows close behind it into the open song. A bicycle goes by below, its bell a single ring. The pianist says what the open windows mean about the spring. No story in the opening, no moment to explain. Just the windows finally open and the warm sun in the lane. The chair that leans a little has been leaning since the war. The piano said it noticed every time it hit the floor. A man sits in it anyway, adjusts and settles in. The bass walked in below the leaning with a patient grin. 3 legs and a half on the fourth, nobody ever said. The trumpet said the comfortable thing about the thing not fixed instead. No carpenter was called, no note upon the seat. Just the chair that leans a little, making every sitting sweet. The bass walks round the leaning, patient, warm and slow. The piano keeps the certain morning of the long ago. Face tries it once, shifts and grabs the cloth. The clarinet comes winding through the shifting at an easy cost. The regular sits in it as always, leans along and reads. The trumpet hums the afternoon thing about the chair that leads. See the cafe built around it, lean by easy lean. The bass walks on below the leaning, through the in-between. No fixing in the morning, no reason to replace. Just the chair that leans a little, holding its own place. The claret wins round the certainty of the fourth leg's lean. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that a leaning chair has seen. By closing time it held 3 people, each one leaned the same. The bass walks on below the leaning, through its quiet fame. No story in the tilting, no moment to explain. Just a chair that leans a little in the warm and plain. The trumpet says the last warm word about the things we keep. The piano holds a comfortable leaning of a very patient sleep. The bass takes its last warm step, the chair leans as before. The chair that leans a little will lean a little more. The market opens at 8, and the whole street knows the bass walks in beside the baskets wherever morning goes. A man with flowers on his cart, another with the bread. The trumpet says the thing about the market that never goes unsaid. Voices call in price and color across the morning square. The piano keeps the rhythm going like it has no care. No quiet in the market, no stillness on the stone. The bass walks through the noise and color, making it its own. A woman holds an orange up against the morning light. The clarinet comes in above her, warm and sharp and right. Bicycle wheels through the crowd, somebody calls a name. The trumpet answers from the corner, every morning the same. See the market spread its color wide across the square. The bass walks on below, the voices threading through the air. No gray above the stalls today, no cloud above the lane. Just the market opening at 8 and the spring again. The piano finds a brighter phrase among the morning sounds. The trumpet lifts above the baskets, making its rounds. A child eats something sweet beside a cart of early green. The clarinet says what the morning means between the scene. See the square go bright and golden, wide and full and new. The bass walks through the market colors, carrying them through. No story in the selling, no moment left to name. Just the market opening at 8 like a bright and easy flame. The trumpet leads them homeward, the piano follows on. The bass walks out among the baskets and the morning carries on.
Somebody always orders soup, no matter what the hour. The bass walked in beside the ladle like a patient tower. A man at the corner table, spoon already in hand. The trumpet said the easy thing that only worn fat ran. Steam of the bow between them, rising, curling slow. The piano kept a steady warmth beneath the afternoon glow. No season in the ordering, no reason to explain. Just somebody always having soup again and once again. The bass walks round the corner table, patient, warm and dear. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that soup makes feel clear. A woman at the next table orders the same thing. The clarinet comes winding through the steam on an easy wind. The waiter brings 2 bowls at once, sets them without sound. The trumpet says the comfortable thing about what warmth has found. The bass walks on below the settling through the afternoon. No hurry in the eating, no clock above the door, just somebody always ordering soup, the same as once before. The clarinet winds through the steaming warmth, easy and content. The piano hums the kind of comfort that at afternoon has Another bowl arrives somewhere, another spoon goes round. The dace walks on below the comfort without making too much sound. Chairs pull closer to the table, voices dropping warm. The trumpet says the last small something about the afternoon form. No story in that having soup, no reason to presume, just somebody always ordering in the warm, familiar room. The bass walks on through all the warmth, the clarinet sighs above, the piano holds the soup, an afternoon full of something close to love. The trumpet fades above the tables, the spoons go still and clear. Somebody always orders soup, there always will be here. Somebody always orders soup.
Rain against the window, thin and without rush. The piano keeps it company with a quiet hush. A man beside the counter stirs his cup around. The bass walks in below the rain without a heart or sound. Umbrellas in the doorway, dripping folded neat. The trumpet says one rainy word about the empty street. No hurry in the weather, no reason to move on, just the rain on renew falling soft and carry on. The piano finds a minor phrase, holds it, lets it go. The bass keeps somewhere underneath where only bass notes go. Newspaper gone soggy on a chair outside. The trumpet hums a little sadness it was trying not to hide. See the street go silver, wet and wide and clear. The piano says the thing about the rain that only rain can hear. No story in the weather, no shadow left to name, just the slow rain on Rue Neuve and the music just the same.
One lamp on the corner keeps the darkness back. The piano plays the space around it, warm against the black. A man walks home through empty streets, his collar turned against the cold. The bass walks with him quietly through something patient and old. The square is empty now of voices, empty now of light. The trumpet says one tender thing about the length of night. No cafe left to sit in, no cup left to hold, just the lamp on the corner and the night and the cold. The bass walks on beside him, patient as a friend. The piano keeps its single promise all the way to the end. A cat sits on a doorstep, watching nothing pass. The trumpet hums one more small word into the looking glass. The man stops at the corner, looks back down the lane. The clarinet comes in like memory, soft as early rain. See the lamp hold steady in the dark and wide. The bass walks on below the city, moving with the tide. No morning in the standing, no reason to remain, just the lamp and all its patience in the night and the lane. He turns and walks on homeward, the bass follows still. The clarinet says one last something from the top of the hill. The piano holds its final chord against the quiet street. The lamp on the corner keeps on burning for whoever needs the heat. No story in the walk-in, no shadow to outrun, just one lamp on the corner when the day is done. Just one lamp on the corner when the day is done. Just one lamp on the corner.
After the last customer leaves, the chairs go easy on the tables, The piano played the end of day through all its evening fables. A man who stayed until the last, his coat already on. The bass walked in below the stay-in as the afternoon was gone. The waiter wipes the counter down, the lamp turned lower still. The trumpet said the evening thing about the end of will. No hurry in the leaving, no rush inside the door. Just after the last customer and the evening and the floor. The bass walks through the emptying, warm and round and slow. The piano keeps a golden promise in the evening glow. A chair leg scrapes the cobblestone, somebody says goodnight. The clarinet comes winding through the closing, soft and golden light. The door is held a moment, then pulled gently to. The trumpet hums the last familiar of the evening through. See the cafe settle inward, cup by empty cup. The bass walks on below the settling, never giving up. No story in the closing, no moment left to stay. Just after the last customer at the end of day. The clarinet wins through the empty tables, one last easy round. The piano hums the kind of evening made of closing sound. The lamp above the counter dims to something small. The bass walks on below the dimming, down the closing hall. A key turns somewhere quietly, a bolt slides into place. The trumpet says the last warm something to the empty space. No hurry in the darkness, no morning yet in view. Just after the last customer and the evening coming through. The bass takes its last slow step, the clarinet winds down. The piano holds the last warm evening over the quiet town. The trumpet fades above the lamplight, the key sits in the lock. After the last customer leaves, the cafe rests its clock. The night arrives without asking, the way it always has. The piano said it noticed through the evening glass a man still at his table, the last of the light gone thin. The bass walked in below the thinning, soft as evening skin.
The street outside went darker, one lamp after one. The trumpet said the gentle something about the finished sun. No announcement in the arriving, no warning from above, just the night arriving softly with its easy love. The bass walks through the arriving, soft and round and slow. The piano keeps its gentle night word in the evening glow. A candle on the counter, someone thought too light. The clarinet comes winding through the candle, soft into the night. Voices lower still around him, softer than before. The trumpet hums the night arriving through the open door. See the cafe turn to candlelight, soft from wall to wall. The bass walks on below the candle, catching it all. No winter in the arriving, no asking it to wait, just the night arriving softly through the evening gate. The clarion winds through the darkness of a gentle room. The piano hums the kind of night that doesn't come too soon. By 9 the street is dark outside. The candle holds its own. The bass walks on below the candle through the soft alone. No story in the arriving, no moment to explain, just the night arriving softly and the candle and the pain. The trumpet says its last soft word into the candlelit air. The claret wins one final circle through the soft and there. piano holds the last warm candle against the cooling night. The bass takes its last slow step into the gentle light. The night arrives without asking and sits down soft and near. The gentlest kind of darkness is always welcome